How you doing, viewers? That's what ACOP is doing in Africa. What a massive big project to build in Africa. Anyway, like I said to you before the start of the show, that we have some special guests with me on the show. Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And this is Cooney and Brennan. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. Okay, guys, I love this trophy I'm seeing here today. Anyways, looking beautiful there. So, Gus, can you tell us true about the lesson of opening sea here in Ireland?
Well, the Lenson Open Sea group was put together from all the swimming clubs in the Dublin area to coordinate the swimming races which are held every weekend throughout the summer, to avoid clashes and to allow people to swim in all of the races spread out over the summer. And you have to swim in a certain number of these races to be graded, to be allowed to enter into the two major races, one of which is the Liffey Swim.
Okay.
The Liffey Swim is for this cup, which was donated by the independent newspapers.
Wow, that was beautiful.
It's a lovely cup, yeah.
Good. Now, in terms of you're saying people taking part in this, swimming process, is there age involved for you to be part of this swimming process?
The youngest winner of that was an 11-year-old.
Okay.
And the oldest winner is somewhere in the
Wow.
So no, there's no age group.
There's no age group. And what are the process involved? Because I was reading some of the history that indicate that you have to go undergo six
races.
Six races. So what are the processes involved in that?
So how it works, there's about, I'm not sure, it goes 35 races every summer.
Wow.
Friday or Saturday and Sunday every weekend for three months. And during the summer you have to do six races.
Wow.
And you qualify for those 6 races. And then once you have your 6 races, you can apply to swim in the Liffey Swim or the other big races, the harbour swim in Dunleary.
In Dunleary.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And looking back when this whole process started, I think you were saying, we were talking earlier on, and this you said it was started, I think it started in 1920.
Well, the first Liffey Swim was in 1920. It was organised by Dublin Corporation, or an employee of Dublin Corporation, to show the employees or to show the citizens of Dublin how clean the Liffey was. It was capable for swimming.
Wow.
And we swim in it mostly on high tide.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can swim in it.
I'll give it a go for this moment anyway.
Yes.
Now,
when it's high tide, the water is high and it's salty, especially down at the docklands.
Yes.
So it feels like you're swimming in the sea. It feels
Wow. What are the number of places that this does happen? Because I know mostly would be more of the Liffey, in other places. Like how would people, want to be part of it, come into the competition, and location, because you have different seasons that this goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, the races are held at various points along the coast, from Wicklow, and in fact one in Wexford, right the whole way up to Portmarnock. Lots and lots of places around it, and there's a few lake swims as well. They're organised by swimming clubs within the area, and it's members of the swimming clubs are members of Swim Ireland, who it's confined to, mainly to keep out people who can't swim.
That's true.
The big problem is safety, as Caroline would tell you, because she's not long swimming them.
Right. Caroline, can you talk us through about the safety side of this? Like what really individual have to really undergo to be able to kind of, say they are really fit for it.
to swim. The races are about 1,500 metres long, so about 1.5 kilometres or almost a mile. So you have to be able to, that's about 60 or 70 lengths in the swimming pool, depending on how long the pool is. So you have to be a good swimmer. And then once you are a good swimmer, you turn up on the day, and you have to, the first time you enter, you have to give them an indication of your times. So you get a handicap based on how good of a swimmer you are. So the slowest swimmer will start on go, when the whistle goes for go, and the fastest swimmer will go maybe 10 or 15 minutes afterwards.
Wow.
So in that way, everybody can compete.
Yeah, that's true. That's really good.
The beginning of the races are staggered, so the slowest people go first and the fastest people go last. But then, because the fastest people catch up, the finish line is very exciting because everybody comes in together.
Yeah.
So that's it, and it's about 1,500 metres. So you usually have to swim out around a number of buoys, which are these big orange blow-up buoys that are in the water, and they're placed there by the civil defence boats So the safety what we're talking about there is really important. So there's a number of ribs of boats with people on board who are watching the swimmers with binoculars and at the different buoys. It can be dangerous at the buoys because everybody wants to get around them as fast as you can.
That's true.
And there's people on the shore with binoculars who are sighting to see to see if everybody's okay.
Yeah.
And then when you come in, you know, you have to give your number, or you get a number, and you're marked off the list to make sure everybody comes in. So safety is a huge.
So you just concern for that.
But I think it's important to know about the sea swims that it's all voluntary. The whole thing is run by the various swimming clubs throughout Dublin and Wicklow.
Wow.
And everybody does it, you know, in their spare time, and turns up on the day of the races to swim or to help out or to do the safety goals.
Wow.
And it's a huge community effort. It's not like some of the other races like triathlons and stuff that are events managed by professionals, you know, where it's a money-making opportunity.
Right.
Whereas this is just community-based swimming, which is the nice thing about it.
That's good. Now, Gus, can you talk us through about the full history? Because I was reading more things about the history. I can, you know, what's his name? Brennan, other people were involved, you know, in the competition. What is it like for all of these people? Because they've got great names, they've got made opportunity to come through this road. What is like, because you know more about this a lot.
Well, the thing that brings me back to it every year is the fact the characters you meet.
Yeah.
And if you look down through the list of names on that,
that's lovely.
We have another list of people the fastest time, because they would not necessarily have been the fastest swimmers. Sometimes the goal men win it, sometimes the back markers win it. But there's a huge number of characters in it over the years. Some people, there's two of them that we know have swum more than 50 times in the Liffey. And that's a connection that goes back to the 50s and the 60s. I started swimming in the 60s, and I can remember a lot of those names on it. Really great characters. Guys who've won it umpteen times. But the one that stands out head and shoulders actually is Choppy White, who won it at 8'11".
Wow, that's very young.
The second winner in 1921 was a 15-year-old.
Wow.
Called Cyril Hopkins, who unfortunately has long since passed away. But if you look down through it, there's so many stories there. There's people who have been associated with the race for so long, and the crack you get with them after the race is great.
I can see a lot of things. And also we're looking at some of the old clip. When we look at the old clip about the, you know, the swimming competition compared to the one we have now.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have the clip. If we have the clip, we're going to have a look at it. But anyway, when I look at it myself, you know, it was so interesting because you can see the way the people of those days were trying to, you know, go on to swim. Everybody was so packed, and then you compare to this most recent, you know, modern generation. You know, how would you break it down compared to the 1920s and compared to now? Oh
well, in all athletic endeavours, the current people are much faster, much better, and records continue to tumble.
Yeah, like something like this. You see that? That's very interesting. You know. So how do we do break it between?
Believe it or not, I'm there.
Yeah.
I think that's a clip from 1926.
Wow.
Coming out under O'Connell Bridge, and you look at the crowds there, all running down after them and
trying to share them off.
Follow them. Like if your husband or wife or son or daughter was swimming in it, you'd be running along the quays shouting at them.
Yes.
To encourage them, and that's coming up now to Butt Bridge and to the Loop Line Bridge.
Wow.
That's where the finish was.
Wow.
You know.
So is that still the same way you still do it up to this day in terms of the big change?
We start up in Victoria Quay, the same spot, up outside Guinness's, and we swim from there now. Just past that point, actually, we go down to the Custom House, where it's safer, it's wider, it's easier to manage the number of people.
People coming into it, yeah. Is there a huge amount of people involved in going through the swimming process? Is there?
There's a huge amount of people.
Yes.
The qualifying races that are held throughout the summer,
yes.
Everyone is organised by a different club, and it's, as I said, all volunteers, and there's a committee, and there's people that help out on the day, and there's people that do the soups and the sandwiches, and there's the people that do the entries, everything, and then there's the swimmers themselves that come and actually swim, and then there are family and friends who come to support. So that the Liffey swim, this is recent times, maybe last year.
Yeah,
that's last year.
Yeah.
It was so exciting because everybody pointed their hands and very good, very good.
And there's great excitement at the beginning. The women always sing Molly Malone, you know, the Dublin song.
Yes.
It's a real sense of occasion as opposed to kind of tension, or
Yeah.
you know, it's not. It's a celebration.
Okay,
Yeah, it's nice.
it's gonna give people vibe, and then you can move into
Yeah.
that. Right, guys. Say if people want to be part of it, what should they need to do? Say if they're interested, what are the months for them to put in application if they want to come in and be part of it? Because it's really really exciting.
Well,
you know?
the first thing you have to do actually is join a swimming club and achieve a certain level, a standard of swimming. And once we're confident that you can swim 1,500 meters, then the races. Yeah.
Great stuff, guys. And before you go, what would be your website if our viewers at home are tuning in to watch you guys right now? What would be the website for them to find it?
LeinsterOpenSea.ie.
That's it, people. Caroline and Gus, I want to say thank you guys for coming out on the show. Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for
It's a
having us.
pleasure to have you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So viewers at home, we'll be right back after these because we're going to have from Miss Island, Miss Matsuda Hato on the show. We'll be right back after this. Thank you.